Speaking of tech, let's talk about the 2024 Olympic Games bid. And it's not 2024 and 2028 games simultaneously, but then what IOC is saying that likely September, when the vote will be done, they're likely going to award both together. But then we've heard from the bidding committee in Paris that says, look, what they're ready for is 2024. And of course, LA is also coming out to say everything, it's ready. They don't even need to spend extra money or take money from government or whatever, but then they have everything ready. It's ready. All the venue, all of them, they have it in place, and they don't even need to build anything. So no surprises coming from the LA bidding committee. But the big question I'm going to ask here is, if on that day the IOC decided to say, okay, maybe Paris won this bid, okay, LA, you can now host the 2028 Olympic Games. What's going to happen? Because all of them are insisting that they are ready for 2024.
Yeah, I mean, what is sure is one of those cities will be disappointed. Yes, definitely, because from all indications, it's all about the 2024 Olympic Games. That's what they want to host, and we just have to, fingers crossed, we'll see who gets chosen at the end of the day. But like I said, LA seems ready. I mean, both cities are actually ready. LA, like I said, the last time they hosted this Olympics was in 1984. Los Angeles 84. That's a long time ago. So they really want it, and everything is in place according to them. All the facilities are in place. It's going to be free of funding from the government. So they're just waiting and and
just give us, let's host,
and hoping they get chosen. I mean, it is what it is, Cecilia. This thing is totally out of their hands now. They've done their own part, and they just wait for the voting to be concluded. Same goes for Paris as well. But Cecilia, either of these countries, either of the cities, I mean, any one of them can host the Olympics.
After listening to the Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti when he was talking with when he was at a meeting with the International Sports Federations and talking about no surprises and all that, I felt, okay, these guys can actually go ahead and host it. We'll just listen to him now.
Can LA 2024 connect us with the future? Here's our plan. First, we don't have to build a single permanent new venue, and that's very important because it means a no-risk, no surprises budget. Second, we can't wait to harness the 100 million under 25-year-old Americans and our $250 billion sports industry for your sports represented here today. And finally, we can help create a new Olympic connection to the world's youth through the exhilarating intersection of new media, technology, and Hollywood storytelling only found in California. So how can we do all of this? LA will deliver a great games because we're a no-risk and no-surprises bid. LA is an optimistic, creative, and fun city. LA is a place, in short, where everything is possible.
Thank you.
Well, I think I'm impressed already. They might just win it because the applause from the international sports federations there at the meeting, in Denmark, it shows that LA will just visit the city to host. The fact that everything is ready in Paris, I think they talked about the fact that, okay, maybe the Games Village is not ready, but the whole story is going to be part of it. And he talked about the amount of $250 billion sports markets. I mean, that's what they're giving to them.
Yeah.
So it's huge. It's massive.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that business alone.
Well, that's.
never have it.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, like I said, Cecilia, we'll just wait and see, and we'll get chosen at the end of the day. And LA, very capable. They hosted the Special Olympics in 2015, and it was massive. It was a great games, and I'll be like, I mean, they're very capable, no doubts about it. But only one city can host them. We'll see how that pans out at the end of the day. Let's move on the show now and talk about the 2018 Winter Olympics in South Korea. Big news coming out. The NHL, that's the National Hockey League in the United States of America, insist they will not be sending their players to the Olympics. It's a major, major blow for the sport. And Cecilia, this is like going to an Olympics without the NBA players. And the any NBA says, okay, you can take LeBron, you can't take Dwayne Wade, and all the biggest players in the world. This is what it's going to be for the Olympics in South Korea in 2018, because NHL players, the likes of Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, all those big players we know in the NHL will not be going to the games in South Korea. That's the decision the NHL came up with. And
I think the big problem is because they said having to stop the game in
during
the middle
the regular
of the season.
That's
I
totally
what
understand.
They don't want to agree with. But I think it's just one sport, and it's not. NHL has been in Canada and the USA, so it's not all over the world. So I think when you're looking at that.
But what about the countries? Countries like USA, Canada, Sweden, all those teams are made up almost entirely of players in the NHL. So where are they supposed to get top quality players from? I mean, this is not good news at all for the sport. And we're talking about sports that is still that wants to develop the market, its markets in that side of the world, in Asia. This would have been a perfect opportunity for them
to market it.
Exactly.
I think another thing is maybe okay, that's going to be harsh, but I'm just thinking maybe they should scrap the sports away from the Winter Olympics, because when a particular sport, the essence of you having this professional sport in Olympics is because of the franchise and everything it brings more fans to want to come and watch.
You want to see the biggest players.
If your country is participating, for instance, and you don't have your top players, the interest will obviously not be there, because you're like, okay, it's going to be coming.
Exactly.
And that's what you're looking at in the first place. So when you're not having those big names coming to represent their country, and
it's a big blow, no doubt about it. And so that's why I said
more education simply means the US and Canada may not even be going.
No, they will go.
Most of your players are there. Where are they playing?
Come on, it's a massive country. The players. Sure, there are players in other leagues around the world as well. So what it means is they will not be going to the Winter Olympics with the best players, and it's a shame. Interestingly, though, a few players have said, regardless of whether the NHL commits to the Olympics or not, they will go. But that's a very interesting one, because these guys are contracted, and they need to honor their contracts with their clubs. So we'll be monitoring developments from that area, definitely.
But the thing is, the Players Association and the NHL are actually disappointed with that decision, and they're going to look forward to 2017-2018 to see how they can actually schedule their winter break.
They can work something out,
incorporate it. Maybe subsequently they're going to do that, and we may not hear anything like this again. So it's 2018 Winter Games in South Korea. You will not be having the NHL players coming in. That's a decision by the Federation